Welcome everybody to the Q1 Geekdom Community Fund. We're so glad you're here watching with us. We're super duper excited to see 5 amazing pitches from 5 awesome community companies here at Geekdom. Now, if it's your first time watching, again, thanks a bunch. I want to tell you a little bit. Actually, you know what? I'm going to have Leslie tell you a little bit about Geekdom.
Absolutely. Thanks, John. I'm Leslie Chasnoff, the Programs Director here at Geekdom. And at Geekdom, we're all about building San Antonio one startup at a time. And how we do that is through different programs, resources, and our collaborative startup community. Really want to hit on that community word here. This is the community fund pitches. But that's what Geekdom is all about. We want to help entrepreneurs like the folks you're going to hear pitching today, as well as you who may be watching, friends of yours who may be watching, family who may be watching, grow those ideas for businesses into viable businesses that are ready to launch and grow right here in San Antonio and maybe even beyond, right? That's the hope, that's the goal here. So our community fund is one of those amazing programs that we offer here at Geekdom to support that collaborative startup community. It happens every single quarter throughout the year, so that's 4 opportunities a year for Geekdom member companies to apply and potentially pitch their companies to a group of guest investors that are also from the Geekdom community so that we can invest a $25,000 safe note into one of those companies. It's a very special opportunity and something we're very proud of to be able to help these companies financially on their journey along with all the additional support we provide.
Now, every time we do this, we bring some members from the community that have done it before to be a part of this guest investor panel. Now, they're always rock stars, but this time we're super excited to share who is on that guest investor panel. Now, who do we have?
Yes, so thank you to the 3 investor panelists that joined us this quarter. They help us select the teams that are going to pitch, and then they sit there all morning listening to these pitches, conducting Q&A, grilling these founders, and then ultimately help us select who that investment will go to. So first we have Robert Miggins. He's CEO and one of the co-founders of Big Sun Solar, which is a company here at Geekdom that offices on the 6th floor. You may be part of their community solar program through CPS. Thank you so much, Robert. We also have Alexandra Fry. She's the executive director of the 80/20 Foundation, who is a company that is part of our kind of sister circle of companies here in San Antonio. They also focus on job force, workforce development creation, retaining and keeping talent here, and supporting startups within our community.
Shout out Students Plus Startups.
Oh, hey. Thank you, Alexandra. And then we also have Josh Sanchez. He is the CEO and co-founder of FloatMe. FloatMe is an awesome Geekdom born and raised company. They pitched here at a startup weekend, went through some of our programming, also received the community fund at one point. And Josh is doing amazing things with this company, and now he's at a point where he's in a great position to help us select companies to go through that same process that he went through to get to that next level, to be raising in the millions and growing their team like crazy, just like Josh is. So thank you so much, Josh. Thank you to all 3 of you for taking your time.
A bunch of legends they are.
Yes. So now that we've heard all about the community fund, about Geekdom, about our investor panelists that helped us out this round, who are we going to hear pitching today, John?
Well, let me tell you. Today we have Rocket Option, Stack IQ, Hydrotech, Be My Village, and Lecturely. So we're going to start it off with Rocket Option.
My name is Matt Wilbanks. I'm the founder of Rocket Option. So before Rocket Option, it's probably helpful to know that I started my career in residential mortgage lending. Not by choice. I had no interest in mortgages. I didn't even own a house at the time. I don't think I had a credit card. But I got a job at this bank, and I did really well at it, and I learned the industry. The housing market crashed, and so I moved over to Rackspace here in town. I fell in love with the pace of high-tech, venture-backed growth, and it was at Rackspace that I learned I was an entrepreneur. I went back through all these notebooks. I had 13 of them, of notes that I was keeping over those 6 years. And what I found in those notebooks was the volume of my headspace was not focused on the business, it was on where can I get more investment money? Where can I find capital for this business? That to me was alarming. I started digging into it, and what I found was that I was average. Most startup founders will spend about a third of all their time fundraising, not looking at the business, but looking outside the business for other things. If the founders just had a little more time back to focus on their business, it's got to be reasonable to think that more than 10% would find success. Well, the community fund's impact is an enormous Kickstarter for this. I've proven the concept. It works. Founders love the idea. The lenders love the idea. They're all signing up. This is a kickstart for getting the word out there. Nearly all of the fund is going to go towards advertising, telling founders that fundraising doesn't have to suck. It can be a good experience like flying to Cancun. You put in your information, you see your options, and you pick the one you want and go. It can be fast. So that's what I'll use the money for, is to spread the word and help as many founders as I can. Hi Geekdom, my name is Matt Wilbanks, and I have a new startup. It's called Rocket Option. Rocket Option is a web service that helps startup founders figure out which lender can they get a business loan from? Where can they qualify? The idea is to make fundraising as fast and as simple as possible. I'll give you an example. If you wanted to fly to Cancun tomorrow, you could go to a website like Expedia.com or Travelocity or one of those and say, I want to fly to Cancun, and immediately you get all of your flight options right there. You don't have to stress about how am I going to get there, what airlines fly in, what times do the flight leaves, how much do they cost. If you got them right there on the screen, it's easy. You pick the one you want, you go. That's what I'm doing with Rocket Option for fundraising. Right now, the average founder that goes to apply for a loan will apply with about 5 lenders. They'll spend 47.5 active working hours trying to get to a yes or no decision. By the time they get a yes and they get funds in the bank, nearly 4 months of time will have passed. It's crazy. It's way too long. Nobody likes fundraising. With Rocket Option, you can go to rocketoption.io. You fill out a 5-minute simple application with your top-level business metrics, and in less than 24 hours, you get an email back that shows these are the lenders you qualify with, and these are the ones you don't, and here's why. It's simple, it's fast, it's easy. Unfortunately, the data shows that most tech startup founders are going to spend a third of all their time in a startup focused on fundraising, not focused on the business. To me, this is tragic. I believe that it has a terrible impact on the ability for the founder to find success with their startup. So my thought was, if we could take some of that time back from fundraising and give it back to the founder so that they have more time to think about their business, it's got to be reasonable to think that more than 10% would find success. So that's what Rocket Option is doing. That's the idea that we launched on. January 1st, it came out in beta. I sent an invitation out to a private group of companies. 3 of them immediately got funding options back, which was awesome. The process works. 3 of them didn't. But they were happy about it. Not happy that they got rejected, but they were happy about the process. They all basically said the same thing. This is awesome because we got a fast no. We don't have to spend months trying to qualify with this one and then going to that one and then going to another one. We know right now that this isn't a path for us. And not only that, but when the email is sent saying they didn't meet the metrics, it shows why. It shows these are the qualifications that you didn't meet. And so what they were able to look at it as was, I got 4 months back of my time, and I got a set of instructions that tell me exactly where to focus on my business. This is how fundraising should be. It should be fast. You see your options of where you can get cash from, and you can see where to focus on your business. Here's how the process works. Rocket Option partners with lenders that look at this process basically like a top-of-funnel marketing activity. We've taken their guidelines, we've put them in a database, and so when you go fill out an application, we check the database, and then you get an email back showing these are the lenders you qualify with, and these are the ones you don't. It's fast, it's simple, and the lenders love it. When we went to the lenders to talk about this, they all basically had the same response. They deal with 2 things. 1, they want more qualified borrowers, and 2, they spend way too much time trying to get to closing. The same things basically that the founders talk about, just the other side of the deal. So when I presented the business model to them, a straightforward, simple referral business model, they got it. They immediately said yes. To them, this is just a sales and marketing expense that's no different than paying a sales rep a commission. There is tons of opportunity here, lots of room for growth. We could talk for hours about that. But we'll skip to the big question. What would I do with the $25,000? Well, there's a small amount of development work that needs to be done on the backside to make the automation a little more scalable. But really, this is an advertising and marketing type of situation. So the vast majority of this money is going to go educate startup founders across the community that this option exists. Fundraising doesn't have to be awful. It doesn't have to suck. For me, this is a personal thing. It's not just a good idea. 2 years ago, I was shutting down my first company, Help Social. I've been thinking about this whole stuff, all of this stuff for the last 2 years. When a founder is at a point of needing growth capital, that is the point where they need to be the most focused on their business, where they need to be the most in tune with, this is how I need to apply capital so that I can improve and grow faster. But instead, they're stressed for months and months and months trying to raise capital, not focused on the business. Fundraising should be easy, like flying to Cancun. You should be able to go to a website, put in where you want to go, and see what your options are, pick the one you want and go. And that's Rocket Option for fundraising. Thank you.
Awesome job, Matt. Fun fact, Matt Wilbanks has been a very long time Geekdom member. He had a company prior to this called Help Social that went through the Techstars Cloud Accelerator here. He also mentors in our community all the time for other early stage founders and entrepreneurs. He's an amazing member of our community. So thank you so much, Matt. Awesome job. Excited to see where Rocket Option goes. Who is coming up next?
Up next, we have Hydrotech, and you're going to hear from the founder, Tara Lujan. She is a graduate from Trinity University. She participated in their Stumberg competition as well, and she's just awesome. She's an office mate of ours. She's right across the hallway from our Geekdom staff office, so we see her and her team working all the time in the Geekdom community. So let's hear about Hydrotech.
My name's Tara Lujan. I'm co-founder and CEO of Hydrotech. So I came up with the idea for Hydrotech when I was playing semi-professional soccer for the San Antonio Athenians. I realized a lot of my teammates were complaining about being dehydrated all the time, and so I thought there must be something we can do to solve this. You know, I'm still in college right now, and I came up with the idea my sophomore year at Trinity, and so I was just a fresh college student coming up with an idea and then wanting to pursue that. The Community Fund will really put us in a good position to launch our Kickstarter campaign since there's so much involved with creating a successful Kickstarter. Yeah, so people were actually surprised to find out that I was a goalkeeper when I was playing soccer. Being a goalkeeper is closely connected with being a leader of a company because everybody has to be able to trust you, and they have to know that you have their back since you're the last resort in the net, and then also you're the key decision maker with the company. I love that Geekdom is not just a co-working space, it's a community of entrepreneurs and people who are really passionate and just pursuing what they really love doing. I think if you have any advice, just join Geekdom. You'll find out there's so many benefits that you did not think that you can get out of being involved in this type of environment. Hi, my name's Tara Lujan. I'm co-founder and CEO of Hydrotech. And at Hydrotech, we develop customized fluid monitoring systems to solve problems in a variety of industries. And I'm going to start by telling you about the drinking problem we're going to solve first. You've probably been told your whole life that you should be drinking 8 glasses of water a day, but hydration needs vary tremendously from one person to the next, and recommendations should be far more individualized than this. We discovered that many people have a difficult time tracking how much water they drink in a day. and there are no viable solutions that fit our consumers' needs. One part of our solution is Sapphire. It's a patent-pending lid replacement that automatically tracks the amount of water you drink in a day, and it sends that information to our companion app. In our companion app, you'll find your hydration score. It's an at-a-glance indication of how closely you're meeting your hydration needs based off of your daily activity. And we generate an individualized plan for every user every day. Together, Sapphire and the hydration score will provide our users with the ability to discover patterns, follow trends, and learn where they can improve their hydration habits. Hydrotech's solution is crucial for athletes to have a superior performance. Between athletes' rigorous practices, games, and tournaments, it's difficult to know if they're drinking enough water to be at their best. Oftentimes, athletes find out they're dehydrated in the middle of a game, which is way too late. There are a few competitors in this space with meaningful traction, but they all tend to target a very broad market within the health and wellness industry. Our competitive advantage is that we target a niche and underserved market in this space, the performance athlete. Also, the underlying patent-pending technology that we have is not limited to this one solution. We can customize it to fit the needs of different markets. Hydrotech is made up of a team with diverse skills and talents, and we're united by the passion we share for building hydration solutions. We all met during our time at Trinity University, right here in the heart of San Antonio. Zach is a former NASA engineer with the skills to lead Hydrotech's development. Neil is a fantastic electrical engineer whose skills reach far beyond designing circuits. And I am the driven leader of this team, and I know we have what it takes to see this through. And we're not alone. We're surrounded by seasoned business executives and entrepreneurs from the San Antonio community that support and guide us on this journey. Hydrotech was founded when we were all studying at Trinity together. Zach and I, we took the idea to the Stumberg competition and we placed first. We then filed for a non-provisional patent, and we were Tech Fuel semi-finalists last September, and then Geekdom Community Fund finalists at the end of last year. By the end of this month, we will have launched our beta program, and with the feedback received, we will use that to iterate on our product in April, and then we'll launch a second round of beta testing in May. By June, we'll have interns from students and startups join us to help out with user experience design and content creation. Then we'll be in a position to launch our Kickstarter campaign, which will generate pre-orders for us and the funding for a first large manufacturing run. The $25,000 investment will allow us to engage in meaningful marketing and advertising so that we can drive traffic to our Kickstarter campaign page. The community fund investment will contribute directly to the success of our Kickstarter. But beyond Kickstarter, as we grow our in-house research and development capabilities, we can leverage the technology developed for Sapphire to create innovative solutions to meet other industry needs within the fluid monitoring systems, such as elderly care, construction worker safety, and military training. Thank you.
Wonderful pitch, Tara, as always. And you may have seen Tara before pitching for our past community fund. She is hustling away as well as her team. Like John said earlier, we're so excited to have them in the space and be part of Geekdom after coming out of Trinity and winning that Stumberg venture competition. So awesome, guys, Hydrotech, and please be on the lookout, community, for their Kickstarter campaign that will be coming out this summer. We would love for all of you to be having eyes on that, watching out, spreading the word, especially if you have athletes or anyone in your family and circles who would be particularly interested in their product. And now who's after Hydrotech?
Now we're gonna hear from Be My Village and the founder, Belinda Billy Medellin. She is an amazing member of our community doing great things. And she also went through our pre-accelerator program in 2021. So she went through this program with her idea, she learned how to pitch it, and you're gonna see all the magic right now.
Hi, I'm Belinda Billy Medellin, the founder and CEO of Be My Village. Community Fund would help us to reach more teachers. My forte is coming up with ideas and finding the momentum. I'm trying to learn marketing, but I know that there's a lot that I don't know. The Marketing Fund will help free up time for me to find more coaches and to get the platform into schools and not have to worry about the marketing as much. People would probably be, I'm going to say, astounded to find out not only about myself but about teachers in general, is that our skills are highly marketable across a variety of platforms. And it took for me to get out of the classroom for a moment. I worked for an ed tech company, and I realized I'm more than just a teacher. And when I was in teaching, I had that mentality, I can't do anything else. Once I got out of teaching, I realized I can be a startup business owner. I can do marketing, I have to learn it, but I can do UX, I can do project management, and that is not only helping me to promote the platform and grow it and to help teachers in the US and hopefully beyond very soon, but it's also helping me to help my community. I'm part of the Notley Fellowship here in San Antonio to create some social impact. I attend a lot of events, and I also mentor a lot of old students that find me on LinkedIn and try and help. That's just a teacher's heart. So at Geekdom, I try to pay it forward as well, because I know I can only get further and better because I ask for help, and I need to do that the same for others. Hi, I'm Belinda Billy Medellin, and I was a technology and theater teacher for over 14 years. And now I'm the founder of the one, the only virtual career coaching platform by teachers for teachers. Meet the teachers, meet the teachers. Meet Tommy, Jennifer, meet Adelaide, meet MJ. Okay, I know he's not a teacher, but he has schooled people on the court. And teachers, they get no respect. At least not until COVID-19, when parents had to teach their little angels. And many think that a teacher just teaches, but they don't know. They just don't know. Okay, now it's time to get serious. I'd like for you to take a moment to think about who your favorite teacher is, or was. My favorite teacher was Mrs. Reinhardt, and I didn't know that Mrs. Reinhardt was often given the same training that the math and science teachers were given, even though she needed training in music education. Did you know that your favorite teacher spends up to $2,000 a year on their own additional coaching and training because their schools are unable or won't provide it for them? We didn't know our favorite teachers often felt that they didn't have anyone to talk to about how teaching blends so much into their personal lives, or how they don't have the tools to help students with unique needs. We didn't know that 54% of favorite teachers worldwide are thinking about leaving the field because of toxic peers, endless amounts of paperwork, crazy expectations from parents, or they're just plain burnt out, especially during COVID. I know I would not have had the guts to sing in front of you today if Mrs. Reinhardt was among 50% of all new teachers who leave the field within the first 5 years because of non-existent or inadequate mentorship programs. Where would you have been without your favorite teacher? Enter Be My Village, the only one-to-one virtual career coaching platform for motivated teachers by award-winning successful teachers currently in the classroom. They can help with anything that has to do with the teaching career field, from social emotional learning to knowing how to be a single parent and a teacher at the same time, to working on lesson plans for project-based learning. We have a coach for that. Now, how does it work? So it's very similar to a dating app, but without all that baggage. A motivated teacher first visits our site. Then they answer a few questions so that we could find out what kind of support and coach that they would like. Then our algorithm matches them with 3 potential coaches. The teacher looks through their portfolios and decides what date and time works best for them for a 1-hour Zoom session. We want Be My Village to be affordable for teachers having to spend up to $2,000 a year. So our plans start as low as $45 per session. And schools can also purchase bulk sessions for their teachers. Now, I know from personal experience that this is not a want, but a need. Now, we started growing our village because of the 3.6 million teachers that are in the U.S. Now, the Great Resignation is happening, but students will always need teachers. So that number is actually going to continue to grow, and the 85 million teachers globally will grow even more. Our go-to-market strategy. So our first phase is we are going to actually market to the school districts and education service centers so they can purchase bulk sessions for their teachers. The next phase is going directly to teachers. By focusing on social media, there are many teachers on Facebook and Instagram who already created communities to help each other, and our platform is just a way for them to get help from award-winning teachers. And our last phase is business to business. A lot of ed tech companies are hearing about our cadre of award-winning teachers and would like to hire them to help with their curriculum writing, SMEs, or even for speakers for their events. And our competition, how do we stand out? Well, we are the only platform who our coaches are currently in the classroom. Many other platforms have instructional coaches who have been out of the classroom, some for many years. Most of them don't even know what it's like to be a teacher during COVID. Another advantage is our team. We have a PTA leader and myself, a State of Texas Region 20 Texas Teacher of the Year for 2020, because I created the first UX design pathway globally for high schools. Some of the milestones that we have accomplished during our first year is we had our first item sold, which was a teacher package, and we partnered with a homeschooling nonprofit network for small groups, PLCs, and in teacher terms, that's professional learning communities. We also just signed a contract to speak at a National Academy Foundation conference in Dallas in July. And we are currently in talks with the author of the children's book, The Dot, Peter Reynolds, and his sister, who co-founded an ed tech company, Fable Vision, to hire our coaches as SMEs. Now, San Antonio became the birthplace of K-12 UX education because I saw a problem and figured out a solution. It also became the birthplace of the only one-to-one virtual career coaching platform for teachers by teachers because I saw a problem and found a solution. But I've had help from many educational leaders in the area, and now many startup and business leaders as well. With this fund, not only will Be My Village enhance marketing efforts and back-end development for the coaches, but we can also be an educational beacon for the world to see the talent, creativity, and innovation right here in South Texas for education. We all know it takes a village to raise a child, but what does it take to raise up and support a teacher? It takes Be My Village. So I ask you to help a teacher, help a teacher, help a teacher by selecting us for the honor of receiving the community fund and welcoming you to our village.
Wonderful job, Belinda. We always love your creative approach to pitching and your passion behind everything you're doing. Another great thing to know about Belinda, she did attend one of our startup weekends. While she didn't work on her idea for Be My Village over that program weekend, she did get to learn all the right tools and network and kind of take that first step in learning how to launch that idea into the business before getting into that pre-accelerator program. And she's also pitched for the community fund before, so we're very excited to see her come back, see the growth. You can see how her company is moving forward. She's gaining traction, she's learning, she's growing. Awesome job, Belinda. High five for pitching again. We look forward to everything coming from Be My Village. All right, what's next? Who's next?
Next, we have Stack IQ with Gabe and Taylor. Love their energy. Super excited to hear this awesome pitch. Again, another participant in our pre-accelerator from 2021. So let's see what they're doing.
Hi, my name is Gabe. I'm one of the co-founders of Stack IQ.
And my name is Taylor. I'm also co-founder of Stack IQ.
Really, my career has been surrounded by community, right? I've been a community manager for several years, and part of being a community manager is you're building communities, not only in person, but also virtually. So currently right now, what is kind of supplementing my income is working for a really cool company called Section 4. I'm a community manager there, And a lot of what I'm learning as a community manager is what I'm really hoping to leverage in Stack IQ.
In college, I started a company called Bad Habits, Hookah Lounge and Oxygen Bar. We started super small scale catering apartment pool parties and Travis Lake boat parties. And then we scaled up into a brick and mortar. It was 5,200 square feet directly in the middle of San Marcos. Owned and operated it for 4 years, and that was amazing.
I'm the dreamer. And he is the more like logistical, let's get it done, right? So like I'm just dreaming up a storm of like, oh, I want this, and I want this. He makes it happen. Like he helps us get it to where we need it to be and help refine it. So like it's just a beautiful kind of collaboration, and yeah, it's really cool. I think that's something I'm always interested whenever I see founders is like who is doing what and whose skills are where, and I think those are our biggest skills.
Yeah, we're just trying new things and, equipping ourselves with new skills.
Thank God I have him, right? Hello everyone, my name is Gabe.
And my name is Taylor, and we are Stack IQ.
For a graduating high school senior, the odds are against you. You're only given 2 options out of high school that are either flawed, outdated, or broken. Go to college or go straight into the workforce. Both of these options leave you with a continual need to sacrifice. Dig yourself into debt to figure out what you love, or go straight into the workforce in hopes that an opportunity will find you.
For parents, students, and job seekers, the odds are now in your favor. Stack IQ is a tech ed platform that connects our users to experts in a variety of different industries. We place a tremendous emphasis on our 3 pillars: explore, experiment, and elevate. And how do we accomplish this?
Well, welcome to the Stack IQ Career Closet. Here in the Career Closet, you can explore different careers, industries, and skill sets to see what is or isn't the right fit for you. Our users get to design their career closet based on their interests so that they're able to experiment.
When each user subscribes to the Stack IQ Career Closet, they're given a variety of industries to choose from and can select which career path within that industry pique their interest most. Think digital marketing, their social media management, content creation, digital analytics, all of which require specific skill sets. Through the Stack IQ Career Closet, there will be a module for each of these paths. Now, each course starts with an expert introducing our user to that industry, and each course highlights which hard skills will be learned, a portfolio project, and how those skills can be transferred and leveraged throughout that industry.
And lastly, we want to be able to elevate our users. How? Well, this is really how we differ from our competition, like the Udemy or the LinkedIn Learnings of the world. We do not stop at content creation. We take a holistic approach to our user success. So when a user completes the Career Closet, Stack IQ jumps in to help elevate them into the career that they sparked most passion for. Now, how are we going to do that? Well, we've aligned ourselves with some amazing recruiters at some incredible companies like JobBot and Crypto.com, and our network of recruiters is continuously growing. We get to do what our competitors can't.
Make the introduction. Now, our go-to-market strategy. We are champions of learning, and we all know how difficult it is to navigate the world of adulting, which is why Stack IQ is free to download for any user wanting to brush up on their #adulting skills. This goes beyond financial budgeting or understanding credit cards, interest rates, student loans, or buying a car. Adulting also develops professional etiquette, prepares you how to interview for a job, how to network, and how to break into emerging trends. What about those who just want to sample or get a peek behind the curtain? Well, we've talked about adulting and we've talked about the Career Closet. Now let's talk about
Mini Stack. The Stack IQ Mini Stack offers 3 to 5 minute micro modules into the careers that are on our Career Closet, but also not on our Career Closet, like maybe a flight attendant or those that are in the culinary arts. It all starts off with the expert's story, how they got into the career, and maybe a day in the life of, along with additional resources to get you started into the career, and of course, professional development challenges along the way.
So who is Stack IQ for? The great thing about Stack IQ is that it applies to so many people. While the platform is designed to start at the high school level, it can also be leveraged by college students, career changers, job seekers, or people on unemployment. Now, Stack IQ is offered in 3 tiers, adulting being our freemium model, our mini stacks at $4.99 a month, and our Career Closet at $34.99 a month. No matter where our users are or their economic status, StackIQ will be affordable and available to any user in the country.
Now, of course, this community fund is not only going to help the production of StackIQ, it's going to go directly back into the companies and partners within the Geekdom network.
From the media producers at Coasis Media and White Cloud, to our diversity translation services at Idiomasters, and our curriculum writers and experts at Maro, this community fund is a win for all of Geekdom.
Now, what have we been up to? StackIQ has been busy, all thanks to Geekdom. Geekdom has played a vital role in the growth of StackIQ. See, we came in with just an idea, and through the programs that we participated in at Geekdom, StackIQ has been refined. We have now self-funded the development of the StackIQ app. We have a growing list of recruiters ready to join, and we have a growing wait list of beta testers and parents and students ready to join the StackIQ app right now.
And we are being invited to get in front of our audience through scheduling visits at James Madison, Cass Tech, Insight, Churchill, and O'Connor high schools. Now with this community fund, StackIQ will be able to produce 48 mini modules along with the beginning build out of our career closet, starting with digital marketing, business development, and entrepreneurship, all of which were of highest demand from our user research. Now StackIQ has evolved from a concept to a company. We've self-funded the development of the StackIQ app. We've lined up a network of recruiters, industry experts, beta users, parents, and students. This community fund will actualize StackIQ and allow us to produce the content and curriculum we need to pave this new path of professional discovery. Now, with that being said, welcome to StackIQ.
Excellent job as always, Taylor and Gabe. We love hearing you pitch. We love hearing about the growth of StackIQ. Congrats on getting your app together and having that ready to launch. And I'm just really excited about all the additional things you're looking at building out now with the mini stacks. We're all obsessed with #adulting. So congrats on your progress, and thanks for coming back to pitch again this round of the Community Fund. We're very excited to see where this quarter and the next year and beyond keeps leading you. And now we have our final finalist pitching. So John, who's our last pitch this evening?
To wrap it all up today, we're going to hear a pitch from Caleb Scott of Lecturely.
Hello, I'm Caleb Scott, the CEO and founder of Lecturely. I started Lecturely because I noticed the opportunities that I had in the entrepreneurship world, and I found my passion for what I do and the interests that I have, and I wanted to give that to every other student, whether that's interest in rocketry, circuitry, just anything that's the student is interested, I wanted to give an opportunity to them. Before starting Lecturely, I was actually working on the team for FloatMe, which is a local startup that's providing employees up to $50 in advance on the next paycheck. So the community fund will really help us grow and be able to launch our product and start developing our curriculum and tools that will help students learn their interests and continue developing that. I'm a freshman in college right now. So I just started at A&M in the fall of this past year and currently 18. I love the entrepreneurial spirit here, that every corner that you turn, there's always somebody working on an idea, there's always somebody working on something new, and it's just so motivating to walk around the halls and see everyone working on what they believe in, what their idea is, and what they want to build in the future. Have you ever noticed how every parent wants their child to succeed? Who wouldn't? But an interesting thought is up to 85% of tomorrow's jobs 10 years from now don't even exist at the moment. And don't we owe it to the next generation? Our generations to prepare for this future? Lecturely is the answer to these problems because our mission is not to teach or lecture, but to engage and excite students of all ages about engineering, education, and entrepreneurship. Lecturely is the launchpad that connects engineering to education with entertainment. And what better way to capture today's audience than by taking people off this planet? Today, we have two of the most powerful rockets ever built sitting on the launchpad, one in Florida and one right here in Texas. Aerospace engineering is the fastest growing industry, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And it's not even projected to slow down. In fact, the growth rate can't be measured. So Lecturely is entering this market by changing something that has stayed the same for the past 60 years. Model rocketry. With RocketsForKids.com, we get to inspire students to learn about aerodynamics, rocketry, and the aerospace industry by providing the tools to learn and launch their own custom model rocket, designed by the student and printed out at a rocket lab. With our online rocket designer, students are able to learn, design, and launch their own custom 3D printed model rocket. And thanks to Geekdom, we are able to work with Ashley Bird, one of the locals in the community, who started Blooming with Birdie to develop the curriculum that engages and excites students in learning, so we can help launch interest and grow students' knowledge, because we know everybody learns differently. We all believe that at the intersection of both hardware and software, the best learning experience exists. And with Lecturely, students are able to learn about the aerospace industry all while launching a model rocket of their own. And you may be wondering how much this costs. We have a wide range of rockets from $24.99 all the way up to $59.99. And the average profit margin towards Lecturely is 60%, all dedicated to growing the company. And our vision is to be the source of learning, both in and out of the classroom, through products that support the education of students through interactive and interest-based curriculum. So you may be asking, why now? And my response to that is, why not now? We see all of the innovation that's coming out of everywhere around the world, and we've seen humans land on the moon from not knowing anything about rocketry in 20 years. We've seen go back a little bit further, we've seen the Wright brothers flight to thousands of flights per day within 50 years. It's insane the progress that has been happening. And with Lecturely focus on providing a virtual hands-on learning experience that adapts to students' interests and skill level, we're able to engage and excite students about engineering, education, and entrepreneurship. And you may be wondering how many people could benefit from Lecturely. There's 100,000 students in San Antonio alone that all need interest-based education to help them be prepared for tomorrow's job market. And our team of experienced entrepreneurs that have been in the Geekdom community for a long time are dedicated to disrupting the learning market. And with the Geekdom Community Fund, we'll be able to expand our production ability by purchasing new 3D printers and acquire talent to help build out our rocket designer for custom rockets and building out our intellectual property. And over the next 12 months, we're planning on launching Rockets for Kids, building out the education and rocket designer, expanding to more interests like circuitry and programming, and also reapplying the lean canvas model that Geekdom taught us to approach new product ideas, expansion, and also grow and develop Lecturely. In the past 100 days, we've been super busy. We've partnered with community labs to help with COVID testing, partnered with Big Brother, Big Sister to help promote and grow Lecturely, and also started talking to Dr. Cyan Proctor, a SpaceX astronaut, not only to help promote what we are doing, but also help build out women in STEM. And some good news, we have officially launched some of our rocket designs for purchase on RocketsForKids.com today at 6 a.m., and we've already generated $1,500 in revenue to this date. We are mission driven to reimagining learning and igniting interests that turn into careers. I'd like you to join us in creating the next generation of innovators, entrepreneurs, and engineers. Thank you.
Wow, amazing pitch, Caleb. Thank you so much. You're just an amazing young founder, and we can't wait to see where you go. This has been an amazing time. We love seeing the companies from our community doing big things and continuing to grow and build and doing it all here at Geekdom. So if you're not at Geekdom, what are you doing? Come and hang out with us, get your idea off the ground. And with that being said, what do we have going on here coming up at Geekdom?
So as always, we have a ton of programs, events, and all these different opportunities for you to join our collaborative startup community, start working on that business, start growing that business with us. So we have 8 different startup weekends in 2022 that we're hosting. We've hosted our first 2 already this year on social innovation and women. We have another startup weekend coming up in April focused on sustainability. Keep an eye out for that if that's of interest of you. You can launch your idea, build a team, build your first pitch, your first business model, get a crash course in how to start up over that weekend. So join us for that. We also have our Incubator Applications open right now. So our Geekdom Incubator program is a 10-week program that will run over the summer, June through August. We'll meet every Saturday here at Geekdom. We'll dive into different topics that'll help you kind of understand and wrap your head around business basics, how to form a really strong business model, how to validate your concept, not just the idea, but the business model itself. You'll get to interact with mentors. We'll interact with peers and the different companies and team members in that cohort with you to build up your community and your support system. It'll end at a big fun showcase at the end of the summer as well. And of course, couldn't help but mention that the community fund is going to happen next quarter too. So if you're a Geekdom member company, you've been active for 90 days or longer, and you want to be pitching to this investor panel and to this camera next time, please keep an eye out for those applications. You can apply, you can go through this process of getting great, excellent, strong feedback on your company, where it's going, and maybe get the chance to receive that $25,000 investment.
It could be you next. Now, all the programs happening here at Geekdom are free for the members of our community. So if you haven't joined yet, definitely want to do that. If you haven't been to Geekdom, definitely come and check it out. We do tours all the time. We're also hosting open houses all throughout the year. So you can come and work at Geekdom, meet some community members, see what it's all about. It's definitely a good time. So I think that's it. Oh wait, we should probably announce.
We should probably let everyone know who we're investing in this quarter. I don't know.
So I'm gonna let you do the honors, Leslie.
Thank you so much, John. So this is always a really difficult decision to make, and that's why we have this investor panel to help us make this decision. When we are selecting a company, we're looking at 3 different things, right? We're looking at their business model itself, right? What problem are they solving? How viable is this business as a whole? We're also looking at how they're going to be using that $25,000. Is it going to take their company to the next level faster? Is it going to help them fill a gap that they're really missing and needing right now? All of those things as far as the funding goes. And then of course the Geekdom mission fit, that's the third final piece. So we're always looking for how active are they in our community? Are they participating in our programs? Are they gonna stay within the Geekdom community and build up San Antonio, be an excellent success story here in our community and in San Antonio? So all of those things are what we're looking for in an investment for the community fund. So, not taking any more time up, our quarter 1 2022 Geekdom Community Fund recipient is Rocket Option.
Congratulations, Matt. You're doing big things. This is a really exciting opportunity to see where Rocket Option goes, and you did such a great job pitching. And great job to everyone else that pitched today, all the companies. You're doing amazing work, and hopefully we see you pitching next time around for the Q2 Community Fund.
Yes, again, congratulations to Matt. We're so excited to support you in your venture, especially in this early stage. We're also excited to see how Matt continues to help all of the different startups and entrepreneurs growing their business here at Geekdom. All of you guys, hopefully stay tuned. I'm sure we'll have plenty of opportunities for Matt to not only continue his mentorship, but to also help you through Rocket Option. So we're really excited to see that happen. And thank you so much to all the other founders and companies who applied, who took the time to even fill out that application, to put your pitch deck together, to go through this process with us, and of course those who pitched today to the panelists and then on here on the camera to the whole community to showcase your beautiful companies and your progress. Thank you so much. Our community wouldn't be a community without all of you in it working on your passion, your ideas, your dreams, building those businesses together. And we're very thankful for all of you who tuned in today to support and who are also extensions of our community. Thank you all so much for tuning in.
And with that being said, there's this talk of booking flights to Cancun. I'm gonna think of it.
I mean, yeah, the beach sounds nice.
This sounds great. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
Thank you, guys.
Ask me, so John, what do we have pitching today? It doesn't need to be in. It doesn't need to be in. Okay. Say, ask me.
Sounds good.
You gotta set me up.
All right. So now that we know everything,
That was awesome.
I know. Do we sing? Yeah. I always want to, making sure. Like, hold on. Is that 5? Okay. So we'll do that last.
Okay.
We'll just keep it a nail biter. Because people won't pay attention after that. So.
For sure.